It was absolute hell. In and out of jail, I was on the streets, constantly dope sick. I was stealing from people. I have so many victims that, I need to make amends with, or I'd like to, but I can't because I don't know them. My life was a disaster. My family wouldn't speak to me, constantly overdosing. A couple of times I was pronounced dead. I was also getting so sick because my liver is dying. I was on the liver transplant list, had to have my gallbladder taken out. Got sepsis a couple times, almost died then. It was hell, absolute hell. I had been in treatment many times before, and it would work temporarily, but I would never follow direction and do what they would tell me to do afterwards. I thought that I was different. I would feel like I didn't need to do the work that it really takes to stay sober out of treatment, because I was different. I was the one, I don't really need to go to meetings. I don't need a sponsor. I'll just stay dry and stay sober. And it never worked. It absolutely never worked. Well, I heard good things about it. Honestly, I heard good things from a couple of people about it. Of course, I researched it online. I had a friend who knew a lot about it, and they said it was really good. And I had already tried the fancy treatment centers. I had never tried this place, and I kind of wanted to give it a fresh start because I was really familiar with those other places, and I just wanted to see what they had to offer. Some of the life lessons for me was that I needed to be willing to do what the people who have, recovery time, clean time suggest, and that I needed to be open to doing all these things, that I can't control everything, and I just needed to absolutely turn it over. Being willing to try all these things is what opened all my doors for me, and is what has saved me, absolutely. I'm most proud that I have stayed sober for a year now and that I am a sponsor. No, it's awesome. Truly helping others is what keeps you clean. If you listen to what they're telling you and you follow their direction, you'll make it. You'll absolutely make it. And that if you do all these things that you're wanting to do, like get in relationships or not work the steps or just kind of ride the coattails and stuff like that, you won't make it. And they actually had told me, but I just didn't listen. Absolutely give this place a chance. I mean, you may come here and there's not all these fancy things to do, but this place, the people are, like I said, they're so personable, and a lot of these people, almost all of them, have experienced what you have and what I have. They've gone through it. They know the pain you're going through. They know the struggle. So it's so much better to connect with them and to listen to someone giving you advice who's been through it than, say, a doctor or even a counselor who went to school and just learned about it in the books, And it was uncomfortable because I would leave my son at night and he'd be like, "Mommy, please don't go, please don't go." But I, would pray to God and, tell myself that this time away from him is worth it for the rest of my life sober. Get into treatment, get into detox, and give it your all. Sometimes it may be uncomfortable, but you just have to do it. One thing for me, I have a son, and going to sober living after treatment for an extended period, 1 month isn't going to do it. You need to sacrifice that 8 months, 9 months, a year of doing whatever you want to having some structure, because that truly helps you build a foundation to staying sober. And that it's not bad. It is so awesome. I cannot tell you how great my life is. It feels so good to be able to walk in there and do UA and not just die with anxiety because it's dirty. It's so, God, it's just refreshing. It's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing feeling. A big thing for me going through all those treatment centers I went through is that I'd always get into a rehab romance, and that's what they call it, and find a guy to fill the void that I felt from not having my drugs and alcohol. And it totally destroyed any chance that I had at getting sober, because instead of putting my heart and soul into recovery, I put it into this guy. He became my God. And I was distracted from everything I should have been paying attention to because I was only focused on him. So a big thing for me also was coming in here knowing there is no way in hell I'm going to be getting in any sort of romance with another drug user or alcoholic. I mean, what does it say? 2 toxic people equals 1 toxic relationship. And every time I would get into those relationships with the one, we would relapse together, and it was terrible. I'd go further down than I was before. And some people can be in the position that I was when I came here, just ready, absolutely ready to turn it over. Relapse doesn't have to be a part of your story, but it is a part of a lot of people's stories. I do know a couple of people who've been to a treatment center and got it on their first try, but it's very, very rare. But the atmosphere, I think, absolutely has 80, 85, 90%, effect on how you're gonna make it. If you're in a treatment center where, all you have are people who don't really care. I mean, they care, but they just want to get you through and get their paycheck. You won't make it. You absolutely won't make it. And if you're ready and absolutely willing to turn everything over and give this place a chance, you got to give the place a chance. If you're already closed off about it, F this place, I'm never, I hate this place, I hate it here, then you also probably don't have much of a chance. So you got to be open-minded and open-hearted. The time I went there, I left AMA, got in rehab romance there, and we got in a fight, so I left. Second time, I completed the 30 days, was in a relationship, used heroin the day I got out, but I knew I couldn't keep using because I was about to go into sober living in Austin and outpatient. Stayed sober about 3 months while I was in sober living, got my own place, immediately started using, started breaking into cars and IDs and all white collar stuff. Man, that was bad. It was bad. Jail saved my life that time. Many times, actually, jail saved my life. I got out, and after getting out of the feds, I thought, okay, well, I have 8 months clean, but I only did drugs, so I could drink now. That's when 6 months I almost killed myself from drinking and had to have all that surgery and stuff. And he said my liver could get better, but, I'm gonna be on the transplant list when I'm older just because of the damage that I had done to myself. And even after that, I'd keep drinking. I didn't care, Oh, well, if I'm gonna go, might as well go out drunk. Even after all the car wrecks I've been in, with my son, I relapsed pregnant, CPS, my life has been quite a rocky road. So this place, can't even save me, I mean, my life was hell. I can't even describe how bad it was. Sharing needles with people who had HIV. And I had cleaned the syringes, I guess, good enough in the bleach that I didn't get it. Makes my stomach turn. God, I was doing some scary, scary stuff. But I made it, and it's thanks to this place and the people here. So I don't even know who that person was, I'm 2 totally different people. I feel guilty about, I think one time I brought potato salad to this meeting, and I didn't make it, but everyone was bringing home cooked food, and I was like, oh God, these people are gonna think I don't care because I didn't make it. So I lied, and I was like, yeah, I made it. And then I ended up telling my sponsor 2 days later because I felt so guilty. I was like, I didn't make the potato salad. She was like, it's okay. But in that life, a lot just lies, stealing from my parents. Can't tell you how many times my parents got my stuff out of the pawn shops. I wasn't a tornado, I was a Category 5 hurricane. But everything's just different now. I got engaged yesterday to Michael's dad, and I tore through his life too. My year's sober, he's like, I want to marry you, I always have. I just, couldn't marry someone who was lost like that. He didn't always give up on me because he knew what it was like.